On the morning of the 22nd of August 2020, 11 passengers gathered at Ocean Village Marina, Southampton, for a pre-booked 60-minute experience ride on board the rigid inflatable boat, commonly known as a RIB, Seadogz. The skipper gave a safety briefing and the passengers put on life jackets and boarded the RIB. Seadogz departed the marina and proceeded down the River Itchen. As the RIB moved out onto Southampton Water, the skipper put on some loud music and increased speed to between 30 and 40 knots, or about 35 to 46 miles per hour. During the next 12 minutes, Seadogz carried out high-speed maneuvers, zigzagging, passing close to navigation buoys, making figure-of-8 turns and crossing the wake of other vessels. A passing car ferry gave the RIB's skipper an opportunity to cross the ferry's wake. On the fifth occasion of doing so, the skipper accelerated for 10 seconds until, at a speed of 38 knots, 44 miles per hour, Seadogz collided head-on with a buoy. The force of the impact knocked the buoy over to a near horizontal position and threw the bow of the RIB upwards. All on board were thrown violently forward from their seats due to the impact and abrupt deceleration forces. 2 of the passengers seated in the front row seats were thrown out of the RIB. Most of the passengers on board Seadogz sustained serious injuries. Tragically, Emily Lewis, a 15-year-old passenger sitting in the middle of the bench seat, sustained fatal injuries.
The Marine Accident Investigation Branch investigation has made 8 safety recommendations that strive to improve the safety of small commercial, high-speed passenger craft operating at high speed. The investigation identified that the operation of the trip was a key factor in this tragedy. Seadogz was travelling at speeds in excess of 30 miles per hour before the collision, with a peak speed of about 54 miles per hour. During this time, the RIB's skipper executed numerous agile manoeuvres. Helming a boat at speed requires high mental attention and creates the risk of losing positional awareness. Momentary lapses in concentration can be critical because operating at these speeds mean that up to 20 metres can be travelled in just 1 second. A clear field of vision for the helm was essential for them to operate safely and to react to potential hazards. Factors such as the trim of the boat and the position of the passengers can impede the helm's view and must be taken into consideration before embarking on a trip. The protection of passengers and crew in the event of a rapid deceleration of a RIB was another important factor identified by the investigation. The suitability of seating, handholds and restraints were considered. The MAIB has recommended that an assessment of the effect on the human body of the high-speed deceleration of small high-speed passenger craft is carried out. This should inform steps that can be taken to mitigate the risk as well as future design changes. Risk assessments are essential in ensuring RIB operators raise their operational safety to the highest standard. High-speed RIB operators should consider how they conduct their trips and what can be done to improve safety by following industry guidance such as the Voluntary Code of Practice for Small, High-Speed Passenger Craft, which was developed by the Royal Yachting Association and other industry organisations and is available on RYA's website. Measures such as the addition of a lookout and always maintaining a safe speed can help improve safety. Finally, it is essential that the long overdue Sport and Pleasure Vessel Code and legislation is published as soon as possible, and that it contains the elements recommended by the MAIB, such as the requirement for safety management systems and manning levels for small commercial high-speed passenger craft. The full report is available on the MAIB's website.